Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome to a very special episode from Learn English with Emma and Jones. I'm Jones, and I am so happy you're here to practice with me today. Today, we are going to do something a little different. We are going to learn and practice English with a story. Stories are a magical way to learn a language. They help you remember new words, and they help you understand how sentences work together naturally. But don't worry, we are not reading a difficult book. This is a summarized version of a new story, created just for you. That means it is short, simple, and perfect for language learning. The story you will hear today is called Leo the Baker and the Magical Seed. Here is what we will do today. First, you will hear the story. It will be narrated slowly and clearly. Your job is just to listen, relax, and enjoy the story. After the story is finished, I will come back. And together, we will practice some of the most important vocabulary from the story. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Open your ears and your heart, and let's listen to the story of Leo the Baker. The story of Leo the Baker and the Magical Seed begins here.
In a small, quiet village, nestled between green hills, there lived a baker named Leo. Leo was a very kind man. He had a warm smile for everyone and a gentle heart. But Leo was not a very successful baker. His bread was simple. His cakes were plain. People in the village were polite, but they usually bought their bread from the bigger, fancier bakery across the town square. Every evening, Leo would look at his unsold loaves of bread and feel a little sad. He wished he could create something special, something that would make people truly happy. One cold evening, just as Leo was about to close his small shop, the door opened. An old woman stood there. She was wrapped in a gray shawl, and she looked very tired and hungry. "Do you have any bread left, kind sir?" she asked, her voice soft like the rustling of dry leaves. Leo looked at his last loaf of bread. It was not much, but it was all he had. He thought about his own empty pockets, but then he looked at the woman's kind, tired eyes. He smiled his warm smile. "Please, take it," Leo said. "You need it more than I do. There is no charge." The old woman's eyes filled with gratitude. She took the bread gently. "Thank you," she whispered. "You have a truly kind heart. Kindness should be rewarded." She reached into a small pouch and pulled out a single, tiny seed. It was no ordinary seed. It shimmered with a soft, gentle light. "Plant this seed in your garden," she said. "Water it with care, and it will give you something special." And with that, she turned and disappeared into the night. Leo looked at the shimmering seed in his hand. He was confused, but he felt a strange sense of hope. He went to the small garden behind his bakery, dug a little hole in the soft earth, and planted the seed. He gave it a little water, just as the woman had said. The next morning, when Leo woke up, he could not believe his eyes. In the place where he had planted the tiny seed, a magnificent plant now stood. It was not a normal plant. Its leaves were a beautiful silver, and its stem glowed with a soft, golden light. And at the very top of the plant, there was a single, large grain of wheat. The grain was the color of pure gold. Leo carefully picked the golden grain. It felt warm in his hand. He took it inside and ground it into a fine, sparkling flour. He mixed the flour with water and yeast, his hands moving with a new sense of purpose. As he baked the bread, a wonderful smell filled the entire village. It was a smell of fresh flowers, warm sunshine, and pure happiness. When the bread was done, it was beautiful. It had a perfect golden crust, and it seemed to glow from within. Just then, a little girl who was passing by stopped and looked through the window. Her eyes were wide with wonder. Leo smiled, cut a small slice of the bread, and gave it to her. The little girl took a bite. Instantly, her face lit up with a huge, joyful smile. She started to laugh and dance right there in the street. The bread was not just delicious, it was filled with happiness. Soon, everyone in the village heard about Leo's magical bread. A long line formed outside his small bakery. Leo baked more bread from the golden grain, and every person who ate it felt their sadness melt away, replaced by warmth and joy. Leo's bakery became the most popular place in the entire region. He was no longer poor, but he did not forget his kindness. He always saved a loaf for anyone who was hungry, and he always shared his bread for free with those who had nothing. But the fame of the magical bread traveled far. One day, a rich merchant from a big city arrived in the village. He was a greedy man who only cared about money. He tasted the bread and felt its magic, but he did not feel joy. He only felt a desire to own it. He went to Leo and said, "I will buy your magical plant. I will give you 1,000 gold coins for it." Leo shook his head gently. "I am sorry, sir," he said. "This magic is not for one person to own. It is for everyone to share." The greedy merchant was angry. That night, he crept into Leo's garden to steal the glowing plant. But as soon as he touched its silver leaves, the plant's magic flowed into him. But it did not give him joy. Instead, it made him feel all the sadness and hunger he had ignored in the world. The feeling was so powerful that he cried out, dropped the plant, and ran away from the village, never to return. Leo continued to bake his bread every day. The single magical plant always gave him one golden grain each morning. It was just enough to share with everyone. Leo understood that the real magic was not just in the seed. The real magic was in the act of kindness that started it all. And by sharing that kindness, he found the one thing he had always been looking for, true happiness.
And that was the story of Leo the Baker and the Magical Seed. It's a beautiful story about how one small act of kindness can create so much happiness. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, as I promised, We are going to practice some of the most important words and phrases from the story together. This will help you remember them and use them in your own English conversations. We will use our shadowing practice. I will say a word or a phrase 2 times. After each time, I will pause, giving you time to repeat it out loud. Let's begin with our first group of words. Words to describe feelings. The story had many words to describe how the characters were feeling. These are very useful words for your daily conversations. Now you repeat after me. The first word is kind. Leo was a kind man. Kind means someone who is friendly, generous, and good to other people. Kind. The next word is sad. At the beginning, Leo was sad because his bakery was not successful. Sad. Sad. After Leo baked the magical bread, the little girl felt happy. Happy is that wonderful feeling of joy. Happy. Now for the merchant. He was greedy. Greedy describes someone who wants more and more money or things and does not like to share. Greedy. Greedy. And finally, the old woman felt grateful. Grateful is the feeling of being thankful for something someone has done for you. Grateful. Grateful. Excellent work. Those are 5 powerful words to describe feelings. Magical words from the story. The story also had some beautiful words to describe the magic. These are great adjectives. Now you repeat after me. The seed was magical. Magical means something is wonderful and seems to be made by magic, not by normal means. Magical. Magical. The seed was shimmering. Shimmering means it was shining with a soft, slightly shaking light. Shimmering. Shimmering. And the plant was glowing. Glowing means it was producing a steady, soft light from within. Glowing. Glowing. The bread was special. Special means it was better or different from what is usual. Special. Special. Fantastic. You are doing a great job. Key phrases from the story. Now let's practice 3 complete phrases from the story. Repeating full phrases is one of the best ways to improve your fluency. Now you repeat after me. The first phrase is when Leo gave away his last loaf of bread. The story said, "It was all he had." This phrase means it was the only thing he possessed. It shows his great generosity. It was all he had. It was all he had. The second phrase is what the old woman said to Leo. Kindness should be rewarded. This is a beautiful idea. It means that when you do good things will happen to you. Kindness should be rewarded. Kindness should be rewarded. And the final phrase is what Leo said to the greedy merchant. It is for everyone to share. This means something is not for just one person, but for the whole community to enjoy together. It is for everyone to share. It is for everyone to share. Wonderful, wonderful work today. You have listened to a full story in English, and you have practiced many new words and important phrases. You should be very proud of your effort. Remember, just like Leo the baker, small, kind actions can lead to wonderful results. And just like Leo's plant, your English grows day by day with a little bit of practice. I am Jones, and on behalf of Emma, Sarah, and the entire team here at Learn English with Emma and Jones, I want to thank you for learning with us today. Keep listening, keep practicing, and keep being kind to yourself on this journey. We will see you in the next lesson. Goodbye for now.